Everyone, welcome back to Touch the Fire Twice. I'm Joshua, and I'm here today to do a Bath & Body Works candle haul and micro review on just a handful of the candles within the haul because they're newer, and I know a lot of folks are kind of deciding if they want to order, if they want to purchase them. So I want to give kind of my first thoughts, not an official, in-depth sniff review, but a first thought review, pre-burn, of course. And so today I'm recording this on Friday, March 18th, the first day of, I believe, a 3-day, don't quote me on that because, anything could change, $12.95 candle sale on the 3-wick candles at Bath & Body Works. So really great price. They tested some sale prices a few weeks back, I believe 2 weeks ago, and it seems like they landed on the $12.95 sale, which is, at this point, a really good value when it comes to, their price points are $24.50 to $29.50 typically, though most of the time, most of us purchase them on a sale. Often it's the 10 off, sometimes it's a $15.95 or $14.95, maybe with a 20% coupon. This works really nicely because there's an active mailer coupon that's 25% off, which is a good value, though, of course, with prices going up, it ends up being pretty similar to what we used to get for the 20% off coupons. Anyhow, 25% coupon, which you can use both online or in store, or maybe both if you use the code online before you use it in store, or take a picture of it and use it after you in store because they'll take it and tear up the paper coupon in the store. Anyhow, I think most folks know that. If you don't, that's a good tip. However, it's a pretty good price point. At $12.95, take 25% off, you're talking $9.71 per candle for the 3-wick candles. Gone are the days of 10 years ago when it was 2 for $20, you get 3 for $30, use a survey coupon, $10 off, 3 for $20, $6.67. That was, when I first started my collecting, when Slack & Co was Bath & Body Works, that's the price point I did for most of my purchases. But that's, 12 years ago at this point, so clearly that's not going to happen. But $9.71 is pretty solid. So I actually did, I think I've been saying, and you've probably been noticing this on the channel, I've been purchasing a bit less of Bath & Body Works than I have historically. I've been exploring a lot of other candle brands and fragrance companies in recent months. And so I've been spending my time, energy, and literal money elsewhere. However, Bath & Body Works still, there's, a core, type of candle that is available there that I still do enjoy. It's not going to be always the best and my most favorite, but when I'm burning candles, pretty much on a daily basis, I'm not always going to burn the high-end luxury scents that I love. There's a time and a place for those, and when I'm just throwing a candle on and heading up to the study to do some work for the day, I may or may not be burning that one. Sometimes I will, but sometimes I just want to throw on a blueberry pie quick morning candle for an hour or two from Bath & Body Works, right? So I have a haul here of 10 candles. The thing I will call out, though, as I've said, I've been purchasing less because I think the spring collection of Bath & Body Works has been very weak this year. There's so many missed opportunities. The tropical line is just same. When it comes to the opportunity for a true cohesive floral collection or a cohesive fresh market, fruity, juicy collection, missed opportunities. The one-off bakeries, there was kind of a confectionery, but it was a lot of like chocolates and Prosecco's and frostings and peaches, which I just all came across as super artificial. Of course, they're all synthetic scents, but artificial smelling, which isn't what anyone wants. Some people have been loving them, which is great. They haven't been for me. So I haven't purchased as much. With that, I will first get into their 4 mostly new scents, and then there's a couple that I bought that, again, I haven't purchased before or for a while, and a couple that are true backups. So let's just get into it. This collection here is a new launch. I'm actually not sure of the name of the collection, but there are a handful of scents. In addition to what's here, there's a strawberry pound cake in this collection, I want to say, or similar packaging, as well as sugared lemonade, white tea, and sage. So there's some coming in addition to this. This collection specifically was not on the shelves, but so I did ask for it and they went in the back and got it for me. One way to check that is if your store offers what I think they call like BOPIS, buy online, pick up in store, BOPIS. Not all stores offer that. In my area, like 3 might in a pretty wide 40 or 50 mile radius. But if you click that, you can see the actual stock of what's in store. So it's not like, oh, these are online but not in stores yet. I knew that my store had them, but they just weren't on the shelves yet. So I asked and they said, oh, no problem. Because obviously if I did an online pick up in store order, it would have been there for me. So there's not like a thing where they're withheld or not supposed to sell them. They had permission to sell, they just weren't on the floor yet. So someone went in the back, got them for me, and so that's wonderful. I was able to get that at the $12.95. With that, I will say, the first one I purchased, Blue Sky Breeze. Some of these may be rare packages. I apologize, I haven't been as connected the past couple of years on every single scent like I used to at Bath & Body Works. So this may or may not be something that's coming back that everyone's aware of, or a slightly different name, something like that. I will say the art direction on this, I like half of the art direction on this in the sense that it's the wraparound labels and there's some texture to it, almost like embossed texture, which I think is interesting. The kind of splashed watercolor, I also like that. What I don't like are these like little like 1970s like Partridge Family metallic flowers. It kind of cheapens it to me. It's a little kiddie kind of for me, but whatever, it's fine. I'm not purchasing it just for the labels. Blue Sky Breeze with notes of morning spring air, fresh violet petals, crisp gala apples, and English ivy. So this smells familiar, slightly familiar to me to like an old scent from back in the day. Though not a dupe, but just there's something in here that does seem familiar to me, though not, from the vault. It is, I'd say it almost leans towards like a body care, signature body care item at Bath & Body Works, because it's got that sweet, it's a little bit dewy, it's got a sweet floral in there with the violet petals. The apple sweetens it up in general, but kind of more apple blossom versus like a fresh cut apple or like an autumnal apple. The spring air and the English ivy really, I would say in this sense, brings additional florals and powder to it, almost like a sheer white musk or something. So sweet, fruity, floral focused with a bit fruity undertone and a little bit of a green undertone. Very fresh. I think a lot of people will be fine with it because they'll find the powdery, it feels more like authentic floral powdery versus something else. Not a huge fan of it. I was smelling with my mask on. I still mask up when I'm going out. And so you don't always get everything coming through the mask when you're sniffing, because I don't pull it down either. So this one for me is a bit of a miss. So I likely will end up exchanging it. But interesting, because a lot of the ones that are just blue skies or spring air or whatever, I don't end up liking. Like I said, I don't end up liking this one. But I like this more than some of them out there. So it was a maybe for me. Then we go to Black Cherry Seltzer. Notes on this one: sweet black cherries, fizzy seltzer water, and cane sugar. Obviously this one, everyone is thinking, okay, this Black Cherry Merlot is, a core classic. I'm not a big fan of it. It's just too artificial, too sweet, too heavy, too much. Not a fan of Black Cherry Merlot. Black Cherry Seltzer, though, I'm like, okay, they can do fizzy, they can do bubbly well sometimes, Bath & Body Works. Think of Champagne Margarita and some other scents, they can do that well. This one, for me, my decision is on hold until burning. It's definitely not straight up Black Cherry Merlot, which is good. Which, by the way, there's no Merlot in the Black Cherry Merlot. Let's, just all accept that. So it is a lighter, still kind of that juicy juice black cherry fruit punch, where it's like cherry juice, but it's a lot of like pear and white grape juice that's with a little bit of cherry juice in it for flavoring. There is some of that fizzy note, which when it's just seltzers, you don't always get it. But there is some of that like, tickles your nose, almost like a citric acid kind of carbonation sense. Not a ton, but enough in here that it is its own scent, with maybe just a little bit of like a lemon zest, like a twist of lemon in there. So you've got like the seltzer water. It's not super sweet. It's not like a, lemon lime soda, the way that Champagne Margarita leans lemon lime soda to me. It is more just the fizziness with like an unsweetened lemon. So like a lemon twist is what I'm thinking there with the cherry juice. But there's something in here that just smells a little off to me. Like an addition, it's almost like, I thought maybe the lid was a different lid, but no, it's the right lid. But something is like, it almost reminds me of like some of the scents when I did the Kringle Candle Daylights review, and there were some odd notes in some holiday blends that I didn't enjoy. It reminds me of that when it was supposed to be like a fruity scent, but there's something heavy in there, like a tiny bit of unmentioned like amber or like resin or maybe a musk. They don't call it out on here, and I would hope they wouldn't put that in a drink black cherry seltzer. But to me, there's something else there besides the cherry and the fizz. It adds some depth, but it just makes it a little weird. Either that or the cherry or the fizz is just so strange to me that I'm picking out some other notes. So we'll see where this goes. But to me, this is not an immediate hit either. Then we go to the one that I really am very pleased with, which is Honeysuckle and Peach Spritz. Now, peach candles, I'm not a big fan of them most of the time. Every once in a while, there'll be one that is good for me. A lot of them I'm just not a fan of. Either they're too artificial, like, the peach jelly rings, or they get a little oddly musky or super drippingly, cloyingly sweet. This candle, Honeysuckle and Peach, actually reminds me a little bit of that, what was it, Honeysuckle and Freesia, I want to say, scent from last year. It's like the one floral from that collection where Wildberry, Jam Donut, and all those, and Iced Blueberry Biscotti came out, and the one that didn't come back this year. So not the Pink Lilac and Vanilla, but Honeysuckle and Freesia, I believe it was, which was incredible. Beautiful, beautiful floral. This reminds me of that just a little bit. Maybe it's a similar honeysuckle, which could be based on their core honeysuckle scent, which is from the Slack & Co era. So when that comes back, that's always a nice honeysuckle scent in the summer. Anyhow, notes on this: Honeysuckle and Peach Spritz, honeysuckle blooms, juicy peaches, and orange zest. Pretty straightforward. It's really good, you guys. I'm impressed because it is truly a really well balanced. Think of their traditional honeysuckle. Thank you, Slack & Co. That's what they still use at Bath & Body Works. And a little bit of that fizz that they can do well sometimes. So like that is too much and weird in this one, and the Champagne Margarita that has that fizz a bit. A little bit of that kind of like twinkling up here, and a bit of peach, but it's more just like a peach nectar dropped in. So think of when you have, not that this is like, it says Spritz. So like think of if you had like a very, just a cava or a cava brute or something, and you threw in a little bit of peach nectar. So not like a ton of peach juice or whatever, or maybe just some sliced peaches. That's what this brings. And the honeysuckle nectar playing with the idea of the peach nectar is really quite good. I'm hoping this burns kind of authentic to what it smells, because it's peachy without being obvious peach. They wouldn't have to have thrown this in here. I think probably peach sells, which is why it's in the name. It could have been a note, and it could have been a honeysuckle spritz, and I think it also would have worked. Kind of like an elderflower spritz, or all the spritzes that are great in the summertime. So that's really nice. It's a little bit soft, it's a little bit sweet. The peach is authentic as you could expect. I really like it. So those are actually there's one more I want to do kind of my sniff review on. I may do in-depth on these other ones, some comparison reviews to Old Slackens at some point in the coming days or weeks. But I do want to get through the other 9 candles, but there's gonna be bang, bang, bang. But I will say also I purchased the Cozy Linen and Nectarine. This was kind of a late release to the Naturals collection. Also like a follow-up to all the sort of laundry white t-shirt, primarily single wicks, though some 3-wick candles in that collection they've been doing this spring, which I'm not a fan of probably any of them, if I'm being honest. But this one I love Nectarine, so I was willing to give it a chance. It really is kind of a pretty, matte, peachy nectarine color with the matte creamy white lid. So there are times where this branding works, though neutrals being like a gender neutral collection, I think is so beyond stupid. Like, let anyone buy whatever they want. You don't have to make it specifically so that, a guy feels safe to purchase it and, secure in his masculinity. Like, there's other issues if you're worried about buying a floral candle. So, Cozy Linen and Nectarine. Anyhow, notes on this one: white nectarine, fresh linens, warm sandalwood, and sweet musks. There's a lot of musks and sandalwoods going on there. Love nectarine, love stone fruits. I like that because it's not as bright and sweet, typically, as you're gonna get in a peach, which is also why I kind of like apricots as well. I want to like this, but I don't think I do. I may give it a chance and burn it, but I feel like if it's like a good chance that I won't like it, I probably would just exchange. It's just the linen, it leans too much Glade plug-in, bounce, fusions, dryer sheets, like a fruity floral dryer sheet that's trying to be tropical is mostly what I get from this. And I like clean scents, but I don't like scents that's my cleaner. And to me, the only dryer sheets I use are Mrs. Meyer's like paper dryer sheets that have just a little bit of like a lavender scent to them, but it's not one of those ones that truly scents your laundry, because I just want my laundry to be clean, not artificially fragranced. And then I will, fragrance myself when I wear the clothes. And this just very much, it feels like you're walking down the aisle in Target and there's just like all these heavily branded, heavily fragranced laundry scents that are always going to have the laundry florals is really what you're getting with linen, in addition to, you know, the sandalwood and the sweet musk. It's just too much for me. I wanted more of a sweet freshness, and I'm not really getting almost any nectarine in there other than a little bit of a fruit added to laundry softener dryer sheets. So I know people love it, but it's a miss for me. All right, let's get through the last ones. These are, I can do reviews on these later on, potentially, if I haven't already, but this is just to show the haul. Some people love their hauls. TIki Beach, old classic from Slacken & Co. I do kind of like this packaging in the sense that it will be a bit of a luminary when you light it and if it's in a darkened room. So that kind of works for me. TIki Beach, good old classic, beautiful mixture of warm vanilla musk, orchids, and toasted coconut. Also, I believe some pineapple in there. Then 2 mahoganies, which I'm not the biggest mahogany teakwood fan, to be honest. I may do a comparison video of this with some of the other mahogany teakwoods and Mahogany X or Teakwood X that we've had through the years of Bath & Body Works, which started actually as a Slacken & Co. collection, of like a passport collection, way back when it was first called Indian Mahogany and Teakwood, alongside Peruvian black pepper and bergamot, Himalayan chai, all that fun stuff from the ye olde days of test collections with Slacken & Co. However, grabbed Mahogany Coconut as well as Mahogany Vanilla. Again, the labels are good. I do like the labels in this collection. I think they're nice. This is what the fresh bamboo is in. Just very, you know, a little bit modern, a little bit refined, a little bit whimsical. Works for springtime. Mahogany Vanilla, Mahogany Coconut. Both the mahoganies, you know, based on that Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce Cologne that Mahogany Teakwood has, you know, been for the past 10 years, Bath & Body Works. But a good play on it. Obviously, the vanilla is a bit sweeter. The coconut is a bit drier and powdery because of that. It's that form of Bath & Body Works coconut. But again, I may do another video on those. Let me know what you think. And then the final 3, purchased these before and I've done reviews on a handful of them. Sea Salt and Balsam. This one will probably be going away soon because this was like an early spring collection, so I'm sure they're not continuing to pour them and getting shipments. Probably just what they have is what they have. Really nice expression of balsam mixed with some of those springy, dewy airs, accords. Blueberry Pie. It's simple, it's basic, but you know what? It's an authentic blueberry that works for me. It's not my favorite blueberry. My favorite blueberry is one that Homeworks had a few years back. That was a really nice kind of farm stand blueberry, but this is a close second. Blueberry's a bit of a crust without being overly artificial or cloying or too sweet crust. For me, it's kind of like, okay, if it's a spring morning and I don't want a spring floral, but I wake up, it's like I'm making coffee, maybe it's like 9 o'clock, throw this on, it's a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of fruitiness, and it's nice. Gone through 1 or 2 of them so far, because they're easy to burn through if you do a couple hours, a couple times a week. So good backup on Blueberry Pie. And then the final one, Champagne Margarita. Now this is a second to my, you know, favorite margarita-ish candle, which is the Kiwi Margarita from Homeworks. I do think that's more complex and similar to this, but I really do like this as well. It really is basically like a lemon lime with a bit of a fizz, a bit of a brightness, a little bit of zestiness, sugar, freshly squeezed lime, bubbly champagne, sugarcane crystals, natural essential oils. Did a review on this already, so you know what I think of that. But good to have a backup because it really is very nice. So that is my Bath & Body Works haul. Check these out. Again, I wish there were new collections, but there's some good ones coming. I will say there's one coming, I believe, in either like Spring 3 or Summer 1 collections that Bath & Body Works releases that is Peppered Plum. And that is a beautiful plum, I think a little bit of saffron, like a pink pepper, black pepper blend that came out in like 2017, White Barn collection, only one time. But if it is that scent, I will suck up and I probably will return 2 or 3 of these that I'm not big fans on for those. That's really what I've been doing with Bath & Body Works lately is when they have those 1 or 2 scents out of their 30 or 40 that I really love, I'll get a handful of those and not have quite the variety as I typically do, like you see here. Again, some of these are because my husband wants some of those, or they're good backups for ones that I do already have a few of, or ones that I wanted to explore and try and sniff and do some reviews on and kind of TBD, but likely one and done purchases on some of them. So that is my haul and my mini review on the first couple of scents here. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you purchased, if anything, at the, let's call it the $9.71 candle sale, because hopefully everyone has that 20% off coupon. Share your hauls. Let me know what you think. And until next time, take care.